Welcome back. This week in White Supremacy, we have returned. We are here. My name is Jasiri X. I'm co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media. And to my immediate right,
I believe in miracles. I believe in miracles.
oh wow, the double. Do we have to pay sampling?
Oh, no, because it's less than a few seconds.
Oh, so now when it's me, we got to worry about sampling. But when it's everything else,
You're the only one that has
and I'm
it.
like,
Oh.
well, I mean, he did that to
He did
make
that.
up for the mistakes he was making. So like that is why we get to risk,
Man.
you know,
Yes.
IP lawsuits
Yes, and if we're gonna risk it, we're gonna risk it for
making up to me.
the star of the show.
Absolutely.
Don't start. Anyways, it's Miracle, aka Mashallah Miracle. I think I want to be was it magnanimous today? I'm gonna be nicer.
You're not gonna be Mayhem Miracle? I just asked. I'm sorry. I just
you know, trying to start over a new leaf, but I'm just gonna go back to being my light skinned bully. But yes, Miracle, aka Big Bless, one of the big blessings. Happy to be here in this negative almost weather.
It is very cold. It is very cold, yes. But we're here. We made it. We're inside and we're warm. My brother,
You know, it's the chill guy himself.
chill guy.
Do we still do is the chill guy meme still a thing?
To me, it is.
Okay.
It's my everyday life. You know what I'm saying? This is a nigga's lifestyle.
Ooh,
NLS.
yes.
Never like supremacy. Next level serene today. You feel me?
Oh, next level serene. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sir,
Yeah, man. Sincerely apologetic. Irrevocably depressed.
oh wow,
Oh wow.
Because I have offended Miracle.
oh wow,
Yeah.
oh
Reflection.
Reflect.
You're gonna be reflecting on your actions.
wow.
We are. Because I don't even know what I did. But I'm going to reflect on it.
Look at him showing up naked and being introspective.
Interesting.
I got
interesting.
clothes on. What are you talking about?
And it's fascinating.
Spiritually.
Because there may be another apology later on, but let's start first.
Okay.
Yesterday was President's Day.
It was.
And thousands of people took to the streets to protest our new president, President Elon Musk. I think it's pretty clear, at least to me, that Elon Musk is running the country. I mean, it's, Elon did this. Why? But he did a press conference inside of the White House.
Yeah, that's crazy.
While Donald Trump was sitting there. It was like Donald Trump was like sitting at the desk. You know how like when you're at your desk and then the teacher comes over to like check your work, or if you've been cheating or you've been doing something and the teacher like comes like and walks behind you and is like standing. That's how it looked, right?
Right, yeah.
And so Elon
That's a great way of putting it.
was like standing over Donald Trump in this White House. Elon brought his child to harass Donald Trump. His child,
Which is funny. That's actually funny.
his child was telling Donald Trump to shut up. You're not the president. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So I think at this point, with all of these moves that we see happening, it looks to me like Elon Musk is in charge. What's wild is a story did come out basically that said that Elon Musk has no real official position, which I don't really
But
understand.
he shouldn't have an official position. He's not a politician.
True. However, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not like,
This doesn't happen in other countries.
it does. I mean, well, if it did, they call them coups, right?
Yes.
They
Yeah,
basically
absolutely. Yeah,
say,
yes,
like,
yes, yes.
here is a private businessman.
Right.
And again, like, we've always known, like, we delve in conspiracy theories. It's always been like, oh, there's a shadow government, or like, oh, like the wealthy people, they really
Well,
run
what's
shit.
done in the dark has come out to light at this point.
It's one
Where
thing.
is B613 is my question. Where is Papa Pope?
Yeah, right? 613.
Yes, we need.
Yeah.
I do love how like.
Yeah, where's command? Where's command?
I do love how like on President's Day, like Kerry Washington always plays shows her co-star in Scandal.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Fits.
the president she
Yeah.
chooses to celebrate. But it is wild to see, like, here is the world's richest man standing inside the White House
Where else would he be?
over Donald Trump.
Where else would he be?
Donald Trump gives him this title of the head of Doge, But it said that the White House came up and said that he has no actual or formal authority. That's not true. Like, if he didn't have actual formal authority, why is he there? And why is he saying all of these things about he's accessing people's social security information now? He's over the Social Security Administration. He's shutting down federal agencies.
Yeah.
There was a report that the government was going to give him $400 million for armored Tesla vehicles.
Yeah, they canceled that.
That came out. That had to be canceled. So am I reading this wrong, Miracle? I know you were one of the people that was, Pittsburgh had a President's Day protest. One Hood Power was one of the people that helped to organize the Pittsburgh ones. You were out there, whoever the woman that dressed in the Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, someone did that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was not
it's accurate.
just dressed as, it was like how she stood like the show, she didn't have any power to it's crazy. Am I reading this wrong? Is Donald Trump in power, or is this Elon Musk show like it looks?
Child, we have no idea who was running the country at this point, because Elon was supposed to be running Doge, and then they were like, oh, he's not there. But it's like, why is he giving press conferences from the Oval Office if he is not a part of the administration?
Yes.
Because when has there been individuals who are just advising the president doing full court press in the Oval Office, which is restricted to the president's people?
Yes.
So it makes absolutely no sense. But at the end of the day, we're just here trying to survive this last season of America and trying to figure out what is going to happen. But we don't know who's running our country. We don't know who is a part of Doge. We don't know who is making decisions. We really do not know how to engage and who to engage, because everyone is just, obeying in advance and doing all of these wild actions that take away people's rights. Like, we have mayors apparently, doing deals behind the scenes to not go to jail.
Yes.
And we have people.
Miracle. It wasn't behind the scenes. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York,
He said he did not offer.
well, he did a press conference with, I think, the guy's the head of Homeland Security. And the guy sitting next to him says, if he doesn't do these things, if he doesn't comply with this whole stuff around migrants,
I'm gonna be in your office.
no, he didn't say that.
He said,
he said, I'm gonna be up your butt.
Oh yeah. That's right.
DUTT.
Yeah.
He
Right.
will, like, in 4K,
right.
on camera.
So clearly this was a quid pro quo. They said it was.
I just thought that was a very much a buck breaking ritual, because there is no way I'm going to let someone say they're going to be up my butt and just laugh and continue on, unless they have something on me where I can't respond back.
Well, what they have on them is like federal prison. So it's like, if you don't want to go to federal prison where somebody might be up your
I mean, it's gonna happen anywhere. If it's
For
gonna
real,
happen
in
anywhere.
federal prison they might be. So you're gonna take that.
It is very interesting the words he used, because he said he didn't offer, right? It didn't mean he
Correct.
didn't accept, right? It didn't
Yes.
mean he wasn't partake, like, it didn't mean somebody else did. And he was like, oh, that's a good idea. So it's also the way that they use words to basically say, I didn't do this bad thing, because most people are not understanding of what's going on. It is going to be interesting, because like New York has just been at the heart of so much mess.
Yes.
And if like he gets away with this, there's really nothing that's going to bring Trump down, because you can literally buy elected officials out.
Yes.
It's like worse than Chicago. Remember when it's just like Chicago's mayors and Chicago's governors that were always in trouble?
Yes.
And now it's just like the rest of the world is just like doing bad stuff. Like,
but like you said, I mean, here's Donald Trump basically saying, Donald Trump said the Supreme Court gave him unrestricted power. This is what one of the things Donald Trump is saying, like, yo.
I mean, that's not a lie.
Right. And it says, like, so he basically says, I can fire anybody. I thought it was crazy how they fired all the nuclear agency people
Without realizing what they actually
didn't
do.
realize that what they did, and now they're trying to find them to come back.
Hey, that's my switch. That's my switch.
That's a Kendrick callback for those unaware. And then Trump also tweeted that, like, he who saves the country What was it? What breaks no law? What is that? What he said? Like
Something like that, more or less.
Yeah. You know
who else said things like that? Stalin.
Yes.
Hitler.
Yes.
The greats.
Yeah.
The Mount Rushmore of fascism.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So Trouble?
This is a bizarre universe that we're in right now.
Okay.
Like, this timeline is fucking nuts.
I mean, again, like
I would. You know what? You know what's crazy though?
what's crazy?
By just sheer probability and mathematics,
Yes.
there has to be a timeline that's worse than this.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like in another dimension?
Yeah, it's worse than this.
Not facts.
Like, I don't know if that's comforting or not, though. Like, I don't know.
Trouble? How do you see?
So I find it interesting how during his campaign run, he said he had nothing to do with Project 2025. And now we're seeing that he has enacted at least a third of Project 2025.
Yes.
It's only been like a month since he's
correct.
officially been in office.
Yeah.
One
I'm about to
third.
say it's like an actual month now. Just
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a month. Somebody said this first month felt like 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it has. Obviously, so I mean, and it's not, again, I mean, the way it looks, at least to us, I mean, planes are falling out of the sky. What'd you say, Miracle? They said we got to bring back DI.
We gotta bring back DI. As soon as they banned DI, planes started falling, trains started crashing and catching on fire. It was just like, who is in charge now? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
And despite that,
Who they want to be in
they
charge?
fired
White
more
men.
FAA people.
Yeah.
Like, you're firing these people as planes continue to fall out of the sky. I mean, like, do they want this whole thing to collapse? Is this, there was a story that came out that basically said, right, this was an ex-KGB spy wrote a book. And he called Trump the perfect target. Russia cultivated Trump as an asset for 40 years. And basically saying like that. So it looks like that, right? I mean, it's like an intentional collapse of what America was, or maybe we thought it was.
it is very much the Manchurian Candidate. But
Yes.
like somebody was saying, the fall of America is meant to blame like immigrants and people of color for this fall.
Yes.
But now we're seeing like it's not us.
Yes.
And like the rest of the world is like, maybe America was the third world country. Like they were talking about how when Americans got red note, China was like, you know what? Maybe we need to keep Americans on red note so Chinese citizens see how good they have it and like stop trying to like create these American ideas, because Americans are like, people are really, really suffering when we're talking about firing all these people from the federal government. We're talking about millions of dollars in healthcare research. So yesterday, a lot of people were talking about the NIH and like millions of dollars that were going for local research for cancer and different initiatives supporting local colleges and universities, supporting cities. And so all of this federal money collapses, like our cities and infrastructure collapses as well. And people forget you have a federal government. The federal government creates a minimum universal standard so that all states have the same opportunity to have the same baseline of education, of access, of data, so then that they can disseminate it for their local means and make it apply to their local municipalities. If you have different states doing different research, you have people replicating research, wasting time, wasting investments, wasting opportunities. So it's streamlined at the federal level, and then it feeds into the local level, and people forget that. So if you implode, federalism, you're basically creating 50 different countries within one territory. And it people laugh about it, but we are not designed to do that. So now we're really going to try to figure out, does my doctor know about healthcare advancements in Pennsylvania, like they know about them in North Carolina, like they know about them in California, like they know about them in Nebraska. And you can laugh about it, but at this time, when the plane in Canada, did a little loop-de-loop. 4 planes were then rerouted to Pittsburgh, right? So you have people who do not know where they're going to physically end up at any one given point in time.
Yeah.
And if you have an emergency, something happens, God forbid, you may have to go to a local hospital. And if they are not up to date because there's no longer federal standards, you don't know what type of care you are going to get. So it is a huge, huge issue. And it's not just about, wasting money at the federal level.
Not only that, Miracle, they're saying that, again, like, it's like so many ramifications from this. One, it's also fascinating to like watch people that worked for the federal government vote for Trump and then lose their job.
Oh my days.
Like,
I love it. Poetic justice. I love it.
I voted for you, like trying to appeal to him directly. The veterans that were like, hey, we didn't know, we've been betrayed. Local veterans angry after being laid off by the Trump administration because he laid off people in the Veterans Administration, right? That's impacting healthcare, like Miracle said. Also, they're saying all of these federal workers being laid off, Miracle, is like collapsing the Washington, D.C. housing market. Because like people are like, yo, like again, it has all these ramifications, right? Now all these people lose their jobs. Now like people might have been looking for houses or got like all this stuff has these, it's like this ripple effect that goes out and affects to the point that, we show up at the store and they ain't no eggs there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
they selling Lucy eggs at bodegas now. You see that? I was like, yo, they selling $5 eggs. A single egg is $5.
It was wild because when it said inflation went back up,
yeah,
Trump was like, called it Biden's inflation.
Yeah.
No, nigga, you're in office.
Yeah.
You said on day one,
he's passing
you
the
would
buck.
make all these prices go down on day one.
Question.
Yes.
How exactly did this impact the housing situation in DC?
Because like now it's like the job market is like untenable. Like I can't get a job. Like people work for the federal government. You had a steady job. You got a government job. You're making good money. Now all these layoffs is affecting like, well, people have to sell their house, right? Okay. If you have to sell your house, who are you going to sell it to? Because thousands of people just got laid off in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So they're like, now the market for housing and the market for rent now has to start going down because people can't afford to live there. Because they don't have these jobs anymore.
Yeah, and like then they were being laid off with other people being promised a payout.
Yes.
So like they laid off these people that they felt like they can get rid of, and then they offered other people a payoff and incentive, like we'll give you 9 months of free work if you just leave, and we'll pay it. But there's no way that they have the reserves to subsidize these payoffs. They just can't afford it. They literally can't afford it. So they're just writing checks with their mouth. They asking
3
cash.
months, 6 months,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it's structured around when DC is in session.
Yeah.
So if now that Congress is out of session, people's contracts are up, they're not going to renew because there's now no stability in. Do I have a job in 2 months? And so
Yeah.
I see.
Right.
No
And
money.
There was a story of this somebody, it was like a woman who like, she had a internship, gets to DC, gets her new apartment, opens the door, gets a mail. Oh, your internship's canceled.
Oh, wow.
So like now what do? Now you're locked into, like you said, for how long your thing is, but you don't even, the reason why you're there is gone now. So like, how do you get out of this? Do you leave? Or you get evicted? Do you not pay your rent? And so it's like all of this instability going on. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Or, another ripple effect is the people that were pardoned for January 6th are arguing that their pardon should apply to other crimes. What other crimes, you ask, Trouble?
Please tell us.
Child porn.
Whoa.
They're saying
Nothing says patriotism like child pornography.
nothing says MAGA like murder and child
Yeah.
porn. It says less than a month after receiving pardons for participating January 6th, the former defendants themselves are back in court facing other criminal charges. They're arguing that it says that one of the guys who was pardoned for assaulting a police officer, again, assaulting a police officer, they got pardoned, is saying that he also had a kill list of targets So he got charged for that. He said, no, that should be thrown out too. You know what I'm saying? And you know, again, it says other defendants are arguing they should be absolved for other crimes such as illegal gun possession and child pornography.
Red, white, and barely legal.
But again, what's so wild to me is like none of this. I don't know. I guess it's like, what is it going to take, or how long is it going to take? Miracle, I did want to ask you this. I've been seeing video of a lot of the protests all over the country yesterday. It was large. There were a lot of, like, New York's protest was huge. I saw a protest, I think, in Denver that was very, very large. Like, the fact that we're 1 month in and we're already seeing like thousands of people protesting already, is that a sign that
our Democrats should actually be doing something? Is that a sign that they should not be playing possum?
Wake up, Joe Biden.
Is
coming at you
is
right
that
now.
a sign that they should be doing town halls and reaching out to their community? Is that a sign that Democrats should actually grow a spine and not obey in advance and not be MAGA light? Is that a sign that people want something different? I don't know, because what was very interesting to me, because, you know, she's been protesting for like a year and a half now.
Yes.
Is that the people out there were very elderly.
Yes.
The people who are out there who are protesting or very upset are the people whose Social Security may not be there next year.
True.
The people who are out there are working class suburbanites. The people y'all said didn't care about the country and had your votes and were just going to show up and just go home. They're outside mad, angry, and upset with no Democratic leader out there talking to them, you know, with a Democratic leader saying, like, what leverage do we have? You know, so if I were a Democrat right now, I would have town halls in person, online. If I were a Democrat right now, I would be doing surveys. I would be asking people what they would like to see, because it's clear that there is no plan for the Democrats right now. When people are fighting, I would be talking about like how I can do universal health care, how I can do affordable college, how I can, you know, invest in affordable housing. That's what I, you know, would be doing. And I think that these protests are going to get larger because more people are going to be impacted. When you can't go to your doctor, when you're on a, you know, a 7th, 8th month wait, to get, you know, into a medical appointment, when you're being told that, oh, you can't get your antidepressants. Remember here I go again.
RFK Jr.
Remember RFK Jr. is talking about, you know, taking away people's antidepressants and saying that people should not be on all these types of prescription medications. So you wait till you take the antidepressants, you know, away.
Everything's gonna be like January
And
6th.
I guess he also was talking about taking away Ozempic.
Yeah.
Now I gotta be
Drake.
fat and without no medicine.
Yeah. Fat and angry.
No food. And
God
no
damn.
eggs.
Right.
Right.
And no eggs, right?
Yes.
Like, ain't no eggs. Like,
That's crazy.
wild. So people really haven't, and right now it's cold. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Yes.
I almost unionized yesterday and be like, I don't need to leave my house if it's like below 40 degrees.
That was the decision
Like-
I made, yes.
That was
You
the
know,
decision I made as well.
it was, people were in freezing temperatures. So wait till it gets warm. Y'all thought George Floyd was popping off. Wait till it's warm weather and impacted white people who are losing
They already
their
showed what they're
jobs.
willing to do in February.
They're losing their job. Wait
Yep.
till Granny and Papa don't have their home no more. They people can't be in assisted living no more.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and now I, as the queer sibling, have to have my racist, homophobic parents come stay with me because they don't have their Social Security. People are going to be rioting in the streets.
Right.
So
and again, it's like we not going to be able to go on vacation. The damn planes keep falling out of the sky.
I'll get on a plane.
We gotta be
Listen,
at home. We gotta be mad. We at home. We can't afford no food. We can't afford, you know, all these people that got laid off. I mean, it is creating like the
you know
perfect
how
storm
during
for like an
COVID,
uprising.
when they were making those $20 flights and stuff.
Yeah.
That's going to be me. And I'm just going to have to put a funeral plan out every time I get on an airplane and making sure y'all have the correct photos to put out in case something happens, because like I can't be miserable, unhappy, and not be able to travel. Like we got to pick a struggle.
So let me have a quick detour, right?
Okay.
To this. And again, bringing this up to ask, does this matter? Should this matter, right? This is a tweet from Bakari Sellers. Bakari Sellers tweeted,
God is on the throne?
Trump and Musk, quote, the face of the new Republican Party, have 18 kids by 7 mothers. Hashtag family values.
Wow.
Man.
Does it matter that, it came out that Elon Musk had his 13th child?
Well, four baby moms, right?
Yes.
And he ain't married none of them. What happened to traditional family values, Elon? What happened to raising no broken homes, no blended families?
Yeah.
We want one father, one mother, everybody, one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all, and Dogecoin and no eggs, right? I thought that's what we wanted, Elon.
Well, I think that's the question, right?
He said, "No, the Bible said be virile, spread the seed."
Well, also too, what was interesting was also it was interesting that according to the woman that he impregnated, who's a MAGA influencer,
Of course
by
she
the way,
is. Of
you know what I'm
course she
saying?
is.
She was asked to keep his name off the birth certificate.
Damn, all them little muskrats running around.
Muskrats.
That's
We have a title.
The muskrats. He got a family of muskrats. Man.
Muskrats. It says MAGA influencer Ashley St. Clair has revealed she gave birth to Elon's 13th child 5 months ago, but kept the pregnancy secret as to his request. She confirmed that the billionaire requested she keep his name off the birth certificate and keep it a secret forever.
oh wow.
Forever is crazy.
Forever, ever? Forever, ever?
I was told to keep it a secret forever, she said.
I mean, we see how that works.
God damn, she lasted. There's something about women and secrets that needs to be.
Man.
He told her forever. She kept this
Excuse
secret
me, say what?
for 5 months.
Something about women and what? I missed that. What did you say?
Keep it secret.
Guess they never liked secrets.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh my God. Oh.
Miracle just sent me this. Andrew Tate said, if all your children come from one woman, you are not a conqueror.
Wow.
Damn. The response was, how many wives is recommended then? Reply, wife? LOL.
But again, it's like you claim this family. And so people begin to ask a question like, what black person, what brown person that had 13 children from 4 baby mothers would they allow to run the country, right?
Yeah,
man.
Would they allow to run something, right? If Kamala Harris had 13 children by 4 different men, you would have called her all types of names, every name. Y'all called her every name in the book anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love how they move the
people-
goalposts.
100%.
Some black people can't even comfortably participate in local politics.
Yes.
If they if they're not married.
Yes.
Children to the person
Nigga,
they married.
Obama wore a
1000%.
tan suit.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
He listened to Common. And they wanted him
They were like,
impeached.
that murderer, and it was Common.
It was Common.
Common was in the White House.
Yeah.
You can't get no more.
But Trump can have Wayne and Ye. But Obama couldn't have Common. That's crazy. And when you think about that, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Office,
Yeah.
running a press
Yeah.
conference.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
We live in this is, yo.
It's,
I used to say I hate Earth. This shit getting real entertaining right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna stick around for a little
It's
bit.
like my question is, what would it take to get Trump impeached?
that's
Bro, they did it twice before and nothing happened.
impeachment
Nothing.
papers had been issued. Nothing's gonna happen. But it's more so like, if this isn't the clearest vision of when we say white supremacy and white privilege, this is white privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like, because remember, we done been joking about Nick Cannon for damn near 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And now Elon beat Nick Cannon.
Listen.
Elon Cannon.
With the muskrats.
The muskrats, bro. He got the muskrats.
So, I mean, again, it is this thing around, okay, because he's a white man, and that's what it is. Peach Hegseth, alcoholic, talk show host was made the Department of Defense, RFK Jr., an admitted heroin addict who had a worm in his head that he said caused him to forget shit. This man was up there talking about, we got to think about, okay, if there's some type of vaccines, where's the black one? Where's the white one? He's on record saying mad crazy shit. Department of Health and Human Services, right? The woman, Tulsi, who's at the intelligence thing, was basically outed as a Russian agent. Like, bro, I mean, again, this is what we say white privilege and white supremacy is. You're watching it, and now when this whole government collapses, that's the only silver lining. You're not going to be able to blame those black people. You fired them all. You said,
facts.
Who's to blame for the new Delta plane?
I want to see. That
fell out the sky. That shit's crazy. Okay, go ahead.
I actually really want to see this shit get bad.
Yeah.
Well, sir, I actually still live here. I'm going to get on the plane, and you will be on that same plane, my brother.
Yeah.
But next week.
Yeah, I want to. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, I want to see Trump get in office and just say the most grotesque, vile, outlandish shit. I want to see him
again, though. I mean,
even worse, because I really feel like he's just pulling his sleeves up. Like, yes. I feel like he's just getting started.
Yes,
I want to see how far he can push this envelope before people can finally say, you know what?
Yes.
I didn't know it was going to be like this. I fucked up.
Yes.
I wish I had known. Right? I just want to see these people on their heels.
Yes.
Because then I get to because I love a good I told you so moment.
Yeah.
There's nothing more than I love than I told you so.
What about this? The Missouri Attorney General.
Yes.
Is suing Starbucks. Now, I know there's been a lot of boycotts of Starbucks. Before you say great,
yeah,
it's because the workforce is less white.
Less white.
The Missouri Attorney General, coming to you, Miracle, because you're our lawyer. You're our lawyer on the show. Has sued Starbucks, accusing it of engaging in discrimination with its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, and alleging that such initiatives have made the coffee giant's workforce more female and less white. Is this just the beginning of lawsuits that are going to pop up to try to dismantle, I guess, some of these people that have said we're going to continue DEI? Obviously, Target didn't know how many black people. Black people that abandoned Target at a record like we've never seen. Go ahead.
And it is so hard because, like, some of us were in Target like almost every day.
Yes.
And I did actually because they had like the Black History Month capsule.
Yes.
And like that was like a part of where we were going for like food, where we were going for clothes. They were supposed to have like a better ethical consumption, and now you got to boycott. But it's stupid. But it's all the same thing after like the venture firm was suing people for investing and supporting black women.
Yes,
this is an ongoing thing. It's this really stupid argument because he has to prove that there are white people who did not get the job.
Yes.
So this is more of just like a scare tactic to like enforce people to comply and get afraid of being sued so they get rid of like DEI.
Yes.
But he has to prove that white people wanted the job and then did not apply for it. And a lot of people do not want to work at Starbucks because now there's a lot of white males who are considered like hipsters who are in the coffee scene.
Yes.
Are now moving to like local mom and pops, and there's like this whole like other like non-corporate like coffee culture that I'm sure the Missouri Attorney General is not aware of. So I think Starbucks can easily win this, but it's just more of like trying to force other individuals to drop DEI with the possible threat. It's just,
and it's just like Farouk's point. It's more of that like, you're showing us like the mask is gone. You're showing us that like, yo, we don't want companies that are like in your mind, a company being less white and more female makes it a worse company. Mm-hmm. And in their mind, and they're actually saying in the lawsuit that like the prices went up, the orders, you're waiting for them longer. And again, in their mind, competency, like the only way you can be competent is to be a white man. And once you're a white man, don't matter if you got child porn charges. Don't matter if you got any of that. If you're a white man, you're competent, period, end of story. We're pardoning you. We'll give you whatever you need. Right. And so that's where we're going right now. And the idea that just because more black people work there or more women work there, that it's less like you're going to get a lesser or more inferior product is what they're trying to put out there. You had a comment?
And we have 47 more months of this bullshit.
We do.
It's only been 1 month.
Oh, that's at the very minimum.
Yes.
Man.
You're expecting him to come out of office.
Yes.
What if he's taking like some drug that's going to de-age him? Keep him younger longer.
We know he's taking drugs. We just don't know.
We don't know which
Well,
one.
again, it's like, and I think,
He's going to Walter Reed and getting the good shit, man.
The question is this, right? Because what they've done, what Trump and the Republicans have done is thrown the laws out the window.
Absolutely. We
Right.
knew they was going to.
So the question is,
Biden threw the laws out the window.
hold on.
Or did he fall with the laws?
Right, I'm about to say,
Mitch McConnell fell.
Could he pick the laws up? And no, I'm just playing. So the question is this, though, because Trump is already on record as saying Vance isn't his successor.
Right.
If something happens to Donald Trump,
It's Musk. He's going to point.
Elon Musk is that guy.
Yeah.
So then this Elon
And
Musk
all the little
by
muskrats running around the White House.
talking bad to everybody. My dad's the president, not you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But again, I could see Republicans are in control of the Senate and House.
Yeah, they got
I
everything.
could see them passing some law,
Absolutely.
making it to where Elon Musk is president.
Of course.
what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
Because I mean, yeah. Well, if you asked, like you said, we're in the few. What is it? Like you said, we're a month in.
Yes.
Could it get crazier?
Yes.
This might be one of the wildest stories that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh.
Okay, so a pro-Israeli man in Florida. Miracle's in her phone now. Oh, wait. Stop.
Y'all, the way, first of all, you don't know what was on my phone, so leave it alone.
Wait, I had some great ideas I wanted to pitch to you.
Hold on.
No, first
Hold
of
on,
all,
hold
no,
on.
we're going to pause. We're going to reset. We are going to reset because y'all have been throwing shots.
No.
4 episodes. It started with when Miracle talks to just Arabic subtitles.
Oh, shit.
I thought that was
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah, you did say that.
I thought that was hilarious.
You did say that. You did say that.
We're going, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to behave
All right.
for these next 5 minutes.
Okay,
No,
let's behave. But look, a pro-Israeli man thought, again, he's driving in
So
traffic.
he's a white American. That's
No. Well, yes. He's a white American.
white Jewish American.
A white Jewish American.
Right. Who's pro is
Who's
pro
is Israeli, right?
Yeah.
He's driving in Miami, Florida traffic. He thinks he sees 2 Palestinians. He opened fires on them. Why? Who knows, right? Just the sight of 2 guys, 2 men he thought were Palestinian. He fired 17 rounds
Oh
at
shit.
them.
He emptied the clip.
Right. Again, who knows why? They were shot, right?
And this is unprovoked. He just preed them in traffic.
Preed them
and
in
just opened
traffic.
up.
Opened up, right?
Hey, man, you know what?
Turns out,
Bad man.
yeah, bad, very bad, right? Because, like, okay, if they were wait, you don't even know what their ideology, like, you don't know what they're
They could have been
thinking or
Christian.
what-
They could have been Palestinian
They
Christian.
could have been, right, they could have been Palestinian pacifists. They could have been Palestinians that were, like, on your side.
Right.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't even know. But turns out,
Yeah.
they were Israeli. They were Israeli citizens.
Uh-huh. Who were also.
Well, so what?
No, go ahead.
All right. So, it's crazy. So the Israeli.
Go ahead. This work is good, everybody. That you thought that was the best part. This is the best part. It only gets better from here.
The Israeli. I can't. It's not funny. It's not funny.
It is. It's hilarious.
The Israeli people
Was it funny? Why are you laughing?
that were shocked
Yeah.
basically assumed that they were fired on
Uh-huh.
because
Because why, just hear it? Because why?
because the shooter was anti-Semitic. So they thought the shooter was maybe
It's
Palestinian.
just a Spider-Man meme
Wow.
like this. It's just like,
And they thought the shooter was shooting at them because they were Israeli and Jewish. So then they put up a post that basically said, "Death to Arabs." Like we were shot at because of anti-Semitism, but they were actually shot at by an Israeli who thought they were Palestinian.
Oh my goodness.
This is so like
The
where do you
layers.
right? So like do they fight it out? Do they hug it out? Like what happens? Do they do like a joint press conference and be like, "My bad"? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm curious. I don't know if we've heard from the victims in this case.
There are no victims. This is a victimless crime, as far as I'm concerned.
They both survived with minor injuries, so thankfully my man wasn't a good shot.
Yeah,
The fire 17 shots.
in traffic when you're not
Yeah, it's
moving
crazy.
is
It's
like
crazy.
it's like yo, you need to go to the range, nigga.
Florida's CARE. What's CARE stand for? It's the Council on Arab Islamic Relations. I think so.
I thought I was something about having no teeth or something. I didn't know.
Council on American Islamic Relations is what CARE stands for. So CARE Florida basically want federal hate crimes to be brought against the shooter.
What is wrong? Floridians have teeth.
No, that wasn't where I was going with that. I'm glad that's where you thought I was going.
What's wrong with this dude? So
He caught
I'm trying to save you.
yes. So that's where we are right now. Any comment?
What if you were outside shopping, Farouk, and somebody just opened fire on you, not because of all the things you've done in your past,
This is how I
but
look.
because they thought you were
Mistaken
Arab
identity.
Yes.
and thought
Yes.
you were Palestinian, and
Yes.
just was like,
Is that a saying, nigga?
Like again.
If that's how I go,
but
Alhamdulillah.
everybody's talking about this.
Yes.
But if you look at the pictures, any light-skinned biracial person
absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
I fit the description.
that has a beard,
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
should feel afraid right now.
No, it's
you know
scary.
what?
It's spooky hours right now,
What
man.
miracle? And I've said this before on this show. When I was there and I went to Israel and Palestine in 2014, that was one of the things that I was like, I can't tell the difference between you all.
Yeah, yep.
And this is why I didn't understand the level of hatred.
Where were you again?
So I was everywhere. I was in Jerusalem. I was in Bethlehem. I was in Nazareth. I went to, I didn't go into Gaza. You couldn't go into Gaza.
Right, yeah.
But I went into the other different parts of Palestine. And it's just like, I was looking like we were hosted by a Palestinian dude. And I was like, no disrespect, man. You look like an Israeli to me. Like, I can't tell the difference between you all.
Yeah,
You know
no.
what I'm saying? And
There's a lot
I
of them you
don't
can't.
get it.
Yeah, a lot of them you can't.
And again, like, because there are.
And neither can they.
And neither can. That's the problem.
Neither can they.
And jokingly and seriously,
neither can
they
they.
don't know either.
And,
Yes.
But that's the scariest part is that
Yes.
It's like the Hatfields and McCoys at this point.
Yes.
But when people don't really understand hate crimes, it's not actually who you are when we think about Sam, the black trans man that was just killed.
Right.
You do not always know who you are killing.
Right.
It is also the perception of the identity.
That you're projecting upon them. It's like you're killing a boogeyman in your head. Right.
Right. So you can say, oh, I think this person looks Palestinian. I think this person looks trans. I think this person looks like an immigrant. And then therefore I'm going to act on that.
Right.
And then and the conversation is not, oops, you got it wrong, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
haha, like, oops, you got it wrong. It is, you should not be killing people.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is the conversation that we need to be having is
Right.
you should not be motivated by hate, and we have to stop the hate and we have to stop the violence, but nobody wants to have that conversation. And literally no one has come out and condemned this actual act of violence. He looked at someone and
Yes.
perceived them and just opened up fire.
It said, a surveillance video appeared to show his name was Mordecai Brafman, 27 years old, getting out of his truck and opening fire with the semi-automatic handgun at a vehicle as it passed. Brafman fired 17 times, striking one victim in the shoulder and grazing the other's left forearm. While in custody, Brafman spontaneously told detectives while he was driving his truck, he, quote, saw two Palestinians and shot and killed both.
Like,
I mean, he
no
was-
remorse. And this,
Yeah.
again, we've talked about the male loneliness problem.
Yes.
We've talked about a lot of these men who do not have community, who do not have identities that are supported with love and community, turning to violence.
Yeah.
He saw someone who he thought was a part of a community he did not like and just opened fire. Unprovoked. Premeditated, right? That should be making all of us fearful right now because that means that we could be in our cars.
Yes.
In our grocery stores.
Yeah.
And anyone could just be like, I don't like you, so I'm just going to ride ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, we also have to be very mindful of that our governments and our elected officials have for over a year dehumanized a whole classification of people, calling them terrorists and terrorist supporters. So now people feel that they have the right to kill people. And what does it also mean now when we're talking about the Palestinians and Israelis look alike? What do we do now if someone goes and kills Jewish people and then says, oh, I thought they were Palestinian?
Right.
Which is literally what almost happened.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
that at Jewish people.
No, but I'm saying
that they could have been Palestinians.
We're here at the tree of life. What if somebody's like, you know what? I want to kill Jewish people. How do I get away with it? Or how do I How do I make it seem less of a hate crime? Right. Oh, I know Jewish people, you know, congregate in this area. I'm gonna go over there and do something. I say, oh, I thought they were Palestinian. Right. That is where we are at right now. And I think people are not taking this incident as seriously because the guy got it wrong.
Right.
And I remember,
and because nobody died.
And I remember, again, after 9/11, it was the Sikhs
the Sikh
who got murdered.
Yeah,
the Sikhs were getting shot.
And the cab driver,
and the Sikhs were getting attacked. And this is a very American thing to get it wrong.
Yes.
And to be motivated by hate and harm people.
Absolutely.
And I think we need to more forcefully condemn this act of violence and again try to create community and bring people in because people are being radicalized. Yeah. And you take radicalized people who are angry, who are stressed out, who now don't have jobs, who don't have food, who don't have community, who are getting kicked out of their neighborhoods. And I think we're going to start seeing this a lot. And so I do hope that more elected officials and people in power do something about this because and like I told y'all before, I get death threats all the time. And I'm like, oh, it's just a Friday, it's a Tuesday. But like, that's not normal. Like this amount of, we are desensitized to violence that we're just like, oh, okay. Like planes fall out of the sky, somebody gets shot. It's just a Tuesday. And it's like, we should really be like, this amount of violence is not okay.
Right.
And other countries joke about how violent America is. I've seen a couple of non-American comedians when they tell jokes about America, especially like school in America. Yeah. It always has something to do with a kid with a gun, someone getting shot up, or just everybody having guns and a shootout happening in random places.
Right. These Israelis were visiting. You're visiting America, you're driving down the street and somebody opens fire on you. It is like, is this where we're going? But it is, one of the things that the person from CARE, the National Director of CARE said was, to quote Miracle's point, this is just the latest example. It says it's deeply ironic and telling that both the alleged pro-Israel perpetrator and pro-Israel victim in the Miami Beach shooting reportedly hold racist anti-Palestinian views. And I think that is going back to Miracle's point about like dehumanizing a certain group of people where, again, it was like the violence perpetrated on you was by your own community. But it is, because we can dehumanize this group, it's okay to say like death to this particular group of people, right? There was this piece around like, it was a video I think you posted, I saw it on your story, where it was a black dude and he was talking about why we should be worried about the attack against immigrants and trans people. And he was basically saying like, oh, well, the reason they're attacking immigrants or migrants and trans people now is because y'all don't care about them.
Exactly.
Because migrants and trans people have been dehumanized so much. You don't care if we attack them. And so, but the attack on them is preparation for the attack on you.
That's it, man.
And so eventually that violence, if we allow that violence to grow and fester and we pour gasoline on the fire of violence, we gonna get burnt up. Because that's how fireworks, it burns everything. It doesn't discriminate.
No, so homeless people set fires.
Well, I mean, that's what they try to say.
Yeah, I mean, they're always, but that's the thing is like they're trying to pass the buck on all these things. You know what I mean? They're making it seem like there are these just innocuous hatreds that, you know, that's completely woven into the fabric of America. Therefore, it's fine, right? That it's just like, I can justify this by patriotism. I could justify this with, you know, like, you know, this is what I believe the Bible says. I could justify this because my neighbor looks like an immigrant and they don't belong here. Like, just the White House over the weekend tweeted out, what was it? Roses are red, violets are blue. If you're illegal, we'll deport you too.
Yes.
Like, I mean, funny, but at the same time,
It's like, that's the White House.
that's the White House, right?
Yes.
And where are these conversations of them acting with civility?
Yes.
A tradition of respectability, a tradition of upholding politics and a standard of morality that's supposed to come out of the White House, right? That all these pretenses were ascribed to the previous administrations: Biden, Bush, Clinton, Obama, right? They all had to adopt under, you know, or act under some guise of respectability or acceptability at the time.
Yes.
Right? The Overton window has been pushed and opened so far that these motherfuckers can just swan dive out of it.
Yeah.
And it's regular.
It's
regular as, you know, I don't even have a metaphor for this point. But
I have a metaphor. I saw a story about a cop who got hit with an acorn and thought that someone had opened fire.
The acorn fell and hit
that was a couple years ago.
And opened fire on that woman. Thankfully, didn't hit her.
Yeah, and I think that where we're at right now, we're seeing the fruits of the tree being blamed for the violence, but no one's looking at the roots and who planted the tree in the first place.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. 1,000%. Well, speaking of civility.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Can we get a drum roll?
We have possibly the greatest black male we've ever had.
Yeah.
Laura Garrett.
Laura Garrett.
Shout out to Laura Garrett. The subject is, please make your co-host stop behaving like a dick.
Oh, shit.
No.
That's the subject.
Which one is it?
What more could you ask for? The international asshole.
Dear This Week in White Supremacy host, I just watched This Week in White Supremacy.
Hold on. Let me get comfortable.
On Free Speech TV, and I was really enjoying it. I thought it was an exceptionally good episode. Your insights and conversation gave me a greater understanding of the Super Bowl show. It reminded me of some of the early Spike Lee movies. Right. Boom. Great stuff. But then Purple Hat Guy.
He has a name.
I apologize. I should know your name, but I can't remember.
You should.
Started in on Miracle. What the fuck? WTH. Purple Hat Guy. He has a red hat now. His name is Saeed. Purple Hat. Okay, so this is directed at you. Purple Hat Guy. You have issues. Purple Hat Guy. You have issues.
Yeah.
And I sincerely hope that you work them out. But taking them out on an educated and accomplished woman on national TV. Oh, it's a super.
What did I say? What did I say?
You were harassing this accomplished, educated woman on that. This is Esquire, bro.
I'm not accomplished or educated.
Hey, red hat guy.
Yeah.
Ironically, has a red hat today, huh? Oh, red hat guy.
But what's it say though?
Listen,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The signs were there.
Hey, red hat guy.
Don't do that.
This woman, Miracle. Okay, sorry.
Wait, what's the logo?
It's the Yankees. Yankees.
Okay, it says correcting her and making snide remarks.
Oh, the UK London thing.
Yes,
Probably.
Heroin.
Maybe.
You said heron. It was something he corrected you on.
Oh,
the
Gil
pronunciation.
Scott.
Yeah, Gil Scott Heron.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
He made the Grammarly remark. You know what I'm saying? Yes. She says correcting her and making snide remarks is making you look ignorant, not her.
No, I disagree. But
You
continue.
You think I'm ignorant?
No, I disagree with her.
You seem like a bright enough guy.
I am very intelligent.
Putting someone who is obviously extremely intelligent down does not make you look smarter. It makes you look like a misogynist.
I've been called worse.
Not reflecting.
Is this the best you got?
reflecting.
You wrote 4 paragraphs on this.
Hold up. Lastly, FYI, the Roman Empire comparison doesn't really make your point. I think you confuse the Roman Republic with the Roman Empire. Ooh, she came at your intellect.
The Roman Empire and the Roman Republic are one and the same because why? They're both under the Emperor of Rome.
Okay.
It's imperialism.
Okay, let's go. Other other co-host.
Oh.
Okay, this is me and you, Trouble.
Okay.
She's coming at us. What's up with letting this thing go on?
What does it say about your life that you had this much time to type
They were
this long
traumatized.
of an?
She likes the show.
That's fine. Thank you
and
for
she
viewing.
wants you
But like, go do some
to
push-ups or
give
something.
Miracle her proper respect, okay? And then she says, "Other co-host." It's so funny that the only host, the only person's name she knows is Miracle.
We know you clearly have an agenda.
She doesn't know me or Trouble, and she doesn't know for purple hat guy, light skinned guy, chill guy. I guess that's what,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
purple hat guy, light skinned guy, chill guy, and Miracle. All right.
She sounds like
says-
one of those childrenless cat ladies.
Don't start for Ruth.
She says,
Told you, the MAGA Muslim is back.
he's back. He has his red hat on. She says, "What's up with letting this go? I've seen purple hat guy."
Purple hat guy.
THG.
I love that. Purple hat guy.
Purple hat guy is crazy. Do this on other episodes.
Oh, so
And
she really watched it.
And I
Okay.
don't even get a chance to watch you that often. You piss my husband off for questioning it if maybe you should sit out the presidential election last spring so he won't watch with me anymore.
Oh,
Wait, what? Is she blaming that on us?
I guess, I don't know. I guess we questioned, I don't know.
She blaming you?
I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I only catch you when I'm watching TV by myself. My point is, if seeing this on a number of
course you do.
episodes, stop. If seeing this on limited number of episodes that I'm watching, how much is she having to put up with this?
Not me, my Melissa Ford era.
Definitely. I think you already know it's effed up. But in case you need a further perspective, as a mother of 2 black women, it makes my blood boil to see how Miracle is treated. What I like to do is smack the smirk off her when I got
Oh,
face.
shit.
Come on,
No
Laura.
violence.
Come on, Laura.
No
Threats.
violence.
Oh, man.
That man's
No
face.
violence.
Wow.
Man. I'm so, like, Laura.
Well, hold
She's
on,
like,
wait,
Lord.
wait.
She put parentheses. Yes, I know it's wrong and it's not a threat. But my opinions are to write this email and stop watching it if it continues.
Oh, no.
If only if only your viewership numbers don't let your co-host be mistreated in front of you and just sit there and laugh it off. You look like putzes. Because that's me and you, bro. We're
like
letting
what?
it putzes.
It's
What
a,
is that?
It's a Yiddish word for like an idiot.
Oh, putzes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Miracle, you look like a strong person. It's because she's a black woman. You look like a strong person and may not need anyone to write an email like this. So I hope it doesn't make you uncomfortable. But as a viewer, fan, and mother, I wanted to let the show know this is unacceptable.
Oh, no. Not her
It's
having a
cringe-
Bill Cosby
it's
moment.
cringeworthy watching you have to dodge purple hats jabs. I'm not turning to watch a woman be treated badly. Aside from my complaint, also want to let you know I think you do a great job. I don't always agree with you, but I really appreciate you sharing your views so honestly. I feel like it helps me understand where my daughters are coming from. That's super helpful for me because me and my girls not only have a generational gap, but different racial experiences. I try to listen and be empathetic, but I'm white.
Stop.
And I know it's not the same. As
I
them
knew
having a mom.
this had to be a white woman. I knew it had to be a white woman.
Her name is Laura, not Karen. You know what I'm saying? She said, their dads and aunts are there for them, but it's hard to feel like I'm letting them down this way. I made them and they're my pride and joy. Anyway, I love hearing your insights and honest experience as a young black woman. I really value you. Thank you. Laura Garrett with the 4-paragraph bombshell.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with Purple Hat Guy.
Yeah.
Okay, Purple Hat Guy. Will
Be nice. Be
will
nice.
you leave? Will you stop harassing this educated?
So I don't know. So clearly, you mentioned that there's an age gap, Laura, between
Yes.
your daughters and you.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So this leads me to indicate that you came from a time where reading comprehension was very pivotal in school.
Yes.
So the fact that you can't pick up on the literary device called sarcasm leads me to believe that you didn't pay very much attention in school, and you were probably a very low IQ individual. So
No.
the fact that you had to write a 4-paragraph essay that probably took a lot of mental fortitude and typing on your typewriter to get proofread and dictated into an electronic email. right? Which is actually shortened for email now that we use it. Sure, you're probably watching this on like a black and white 19-inch TV with like a coat hanger on it or something. I don't know. But there is a lot of playful banter that exists on this show because it's what? Political satire and comedy. And there's a commentary on this is based in comedy.
Yes.
And what happens is Miracle and I have what's called chemistry, and we play off each other very well. And what we do is we take about, I don't know, we'll be on episode for what, 215, 217?
It's up there, yes.
So for about 200 episodes, Miracle and I have been throwing shots at each other.
Correct.
Right? Because that's what
She missed Miracle's bully era.
Yeah.
Okay, she missed the whole era of Miracle bully era.
But
how they lie.
you know what this makes? This makes for great television. And that's why we've been renewed for multiple TV contracts, because we make great television, right? The fact that you think this is real life, again, shows more about you. Perhaps you should go out in the real world and hear how people interact with each other, not some utopian society. I do, however, appreciate your viewership, but I really wish you paid more attention to social cues.
Yeah, I would say, Laura, that it's a show, right? Like
I hope you didn't mess them babies' heads up when you was doing it.
Oh my God. I'm just,
shit.
Lord, stop for
Please leave Laura alone, okay? But it's a show. So we joke with one another. We laugh with one another. We don't take anything. Well, some of us, maybe.
Sometimes things get personal, but that's part of the show, innit? Like, we have a good time on here.
We have a good time. We joke with one another. We laugh. You know what I'm saying? Trouble is not always chill. Like, off the show, he might turn up. You know what I'm saying? But on the show, so we playing different roles on the show for the TV. You know what I'm saying? So, but did you have a comment?
Yeah, I will say.
Before we get to the star?
Stop.
Listen, I do want to say
Light skin
that
guy, chill guy, purple hair guy. Okay, go.
I appreciate your commentary, Laura, and I appreciate you sticking up for Miracle in such a way. I do want to say that if it was completely one-sided, I feel like me and Jasiri would have said something sooner.
Yes.
But it's not. They throw shots at each other. So sometimes you just gotta sit back.
You know what that's called? It's called dialogue. You know what that happens between two people?
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta sit back and let it air out. You know?
I actually did say something. That's the wild part. I said, yo, that Grammarly comment. I said, like, I
don't even remember what I said.
You asked, you were like, Miracle, did you write that statement? And she said yes. And you said, did you use Grammarly? And I was like, oh, bro, that was shade. So again, it was funny.
See, that's funny.
But it was shade. So like I do try to step in. Y'all was getting your argument. I tried to step in. But anyway, the star of the show.
Stop.
The only person whose name she knows.
Right.
Miracle.
Easier name to remember. That's why.
I feel like
so again, thank you, Laura, for your comments. Look at me in my Melissa Ford era. Yes, Laura's like my little Drake.
Hilarious.
But no, I do think that a part of the affinity for the show is that because y'all are all rappers, people knew y'all already. Like y'all already had like a fan base and a platform.
Right.
I just came out of nowhere. So people didn't know me at all. So people didn't know what I talked like, what I sounded like.
I'm about to say now,
now they only know you.
So I do think that sometimes the response to me is because people didn't have any way to engage with me prior.
That's fair.
And so I do think that that's like one thing. So people are like, oh, okay, this is very interesting. One girl and these like three rappers, one thing. The other thing is I do think we do verbal jousting. And I think we do try to intentionally not cross the line and intentionally not be disrespectful, and try to like course correct in the minute if it gets like too emotional or too disrespectful, because sometimes you never know what people are going through that day. So I don't think that we cross the line or try to like intentionally argue. We don't like prepare this before the show. So sometimes we just like throw like little jokes. But I do think that if you are seeing something, I would maybe sit down with your daughters and discuss that, because it seems like there is something there that you may feel like there was a time where you weren't able to stand up for your daughters or you were struggling with something. And I think this is a conversation that y'all should have like internally. I do hope your husband comes back and watches, because what we talked about was the actual feeling that people felt with the presidential election of not being heard and not being listened to, and why people were not engaging and why people were upset. And you still see that now of having a campaign that does not listen to people and does not respond to people's needs, how that creates disengagement and disenfranchisement. And so I do hope that he, gives us a second or a third or even a fourth chance.
Yes.
And I do hope you stay and watch. But again, verbal jousting is different. There are people who are uncomfortable with the show because they feel like I talk directly to men and don't have a woman's place. So while you see some Farouk talking to me a certain way and you have an idea of what that means, there are other people who are perceiving it differently and perceiving it that I'm too headstrong and I'm too loud and I'm too bold as a woman being on this platform. So there is a balance that we are trying to weigh out. And again, with white supremacy, it impacts us all, how we view women, how we view men, how we view strength and weakness when we look at inequality. And so that is also something that is always in play. And I don't think that Farouk disrespects me. I don't think he wakes up to intentionally harm me. I do think that we are two passionate people who will directly go back and forth. And that's like kind of why we are, friends in real life. We have a similar backstory. Mm-hmm. And so we have a similar communication style, which is why Jasiri and Trouble are so like instrumental to like bring us down. Because once we get wound up, it's like hard for us to like come back down. So we need the chill guy, and we need Jasiri's like very calm Aquarius energy to be like, okay, let's reroute, let's like refocus. And so that is what you're seeing at play. So I am sorry you felt that it was something harmful to you, but that is not. And I will also say that I am strong. And I wouldn't be here if I felt like I was being harmed or disrespected. And that is why I'm here. So I do use my agency. And if there is anything that is harmful, it is addressed. We address things where we are coworkers or colleagues. So that is what I would say. And again, I really do appreciate you writing in, because if you feel that, other people feel that, and that gives us an opportunity to address that. But me and Melissa Ford are twins. Me and Melissa Ford are twins. I'm like, listen.
Melissa Ford is on another very popular podcast where she's the only woman, and charges like that have been made.
Toronto legend though, large up Melissa Ford.
Yeah, she's a legend from the Six.
She is,
according to what Drake said.
I mean, that's not. Yeah, she
funny. Our white pages today, historically black phrases such as "I ain't one of your little friends."
I ain't one of your little friends. I ain't yo.
Is that basically what y'all said?
The fool, yeah.
Said to Farouk today? I ain't one of your little friends.
I've said that before.
We all gonna be there. Historically black phrases. Who all gonna be there?
Yeah.
Jared Hill and
that's probably the most important question ever.
Trevor Anderson. Yes. Historically black phrases is proof that black folks grew up in the same family at a time when our words and sayings are often cooperative. This book reminds everyone we are the originators. Historically black phrases is our white pages.
I feel like that's fitting because culturally, if you don't know the way that we as black people talk with one another,
there we go.
You would think that we hated one another.
There we go.
But that's just how we joke. That's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're in a situation politically, economically, where we have to laugh to keep from crying on a day-to-day basis.
You said
it's just how we have fun.
If you have some commentary on the show, because we did get a lot of black pages.
We did, yeah.
Or black mail. Info@OneHood Media. Info@OneHood Media. We did get some other great celebratory black mail. We'll be reading that again very shortly. Please, info@OneHood if you have something to say. Or, if you want to talk to Red Hat guy, if you want to talk to Black Bandana guy, Gray Sweatshirt guy, or Miracle, please. Yes.
I just want to thank Jared Hill and I went to school together.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I know him.
Oh, that's dope.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him for calling out Melania for when she was plagiarizing Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Love. Support black authors, support black queer authors, this Black History Month.
Absolutely. Yes. You have something you have to say.
Oh, let's take it home. We'll talk.
Okay, so last words, final comments. Did you want, Red Hat guy, you want a final comment?
Yeah, man. Learn how black people interact with each other before you critique on our culture.
Yes.
Learn some historically black phrases.
Yeah.
Trouble?
Never lose sight.
Never lose sight.
I know that the Black trans community is mourning the loss of two icons over the past 2 weeks. And if you go to Farouk's page, he has a really good conversation about why we should be supporting the trans community at this time.
Wow.
So again, just there's a lot of grief and a lot of love going on right now, but just watch that. And then this premieres on Wednesday on YouTube. So Trans Uniting is having their their community free store open Wednesday from 4:30 to 9 on 517 East Ohio Street.
If you're in Pittsburgh.
So if you're in Pittsburgh, make your donations, go volunteer, and that's what I have.
Yes, and if you are in Pittsburgh, we have a lot of events happening on Saturday. We have our first Artivist Academy showcase of the year. Which is
it's a workshop.
It's a workshop, a clay workshop. You know what I'm saying? So you can go to One Hood, all of our One Hood media on Instagram, if you want to sign up for that workshop. And then we're also at Chatham University.
Yep.
Turning up for Black History Month, and I'll be speaking at the Pittsburgh Racial Justice Summit. That is also Saturday. Yes.
We'll also be tabling at Pittsburgh Public Theater before the showing.
Oh God, we're doing a lot.
Yeah, we're doing a whole lot. So,
and you got Black Brilliance.
Yep.
Yes,
Black
that's what we're
Brilliance
tabling. Yes, yes.
And you got Envisioning a Just Pittsburgh on, was it Thursday? I think at the August Wilson Center.
Yes. So that's Marseille Nixon Washington is our artivist for the Artivist Academy that is doing the clay workshop on Saturday at 12. I'll be speaking at the Pittsburgh Racial Justice Summit Saturday morning. Then you can go to Black Brilliance, and then you can turn up with Chatham. There's a lot happening for Black History Month. We turning up. You had something, Miracle?
I just realized that was a lot.
Oh, also, we want to congratulate our very own Manny, who is the newest member of the Homeless Advisory Board.
Yes.
All the great work that he's doing, all of our community. And we also, as One Hood, put out a declaration of solidarity with our communities. If you want to read our declaration of solidarity, just catch us on our social media, One Hood Media on Instagram, One Hood Media on Facebook, One Hood on X. Yeah.
And shout out to Ime for premiering. I think it was at the
Pan-African Film Festival. Yes.
Meeting some really dope people. Was winning with the Ebony Canal.
Yeah.
A great conversation about the Black maternal mortality rate. So if you haven't already, try to go to one of the festivals, follow them and support them, and then save the dates. Save the date, March 15th. Brunch of the Black Man is premiering.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So just save the date. You'll see a little promo in about a week or two on the platform. But just save the date, and we'll see you soon.
Very cool. With that being said, Red Hat Guy, Black Bandana Guy, Gray Sweatshirt Guy, and Miracle. See y'all next week. Peace. One Hood.